recognizing I'm well. I'm well. A lot of shadow work in 2024. Yes. Rapid acceleration is occurring. The unity, the oneness between the male and female, no longer at war, but at oneness. We are moving into harmonic resonance within the photon belt. So when we moved into the photonic belt, the frequency illuminated the darkness for all humanity, you see. And in that illumination, the closet doors and all the skeletons were let out to be healed, to be transmuted, transcended. The experiences to be used to embody your highest self, highest potential here now. Like somewhat of a special universal God forces. So now within this time space, we have reached a resonance. Many have found peace within themselves, have aligned harmonically to all that they are here now, no longer judging, but from a higher perspective, such as, Alexa, play Tom Tom Club, Genius of Love.
Here's Genius of Love by Tom Tom Club.
Now imagine in the future there is no devil, there is no God, there is simply embodiment of source within each and every living creation. And from that space, we are able to transcend all time, and the common link throughout all time space is our DNA. And from this perspective, we have already lived these lives and ascended and became our highest selves and ascended again and again and again and again and again. And we are all that we are here now returned. So when we think of the second coming, it is our second coming, where we have ascended throughout all time, space, time, and simply returned to the train station of unlimited potential. If you research the cosmic convergence of 1987, you will see what occurred at that space-time, time-space that has allowed this harmonic resonance to align within the domain that is the Earth platform. Many have yet to transcend their pain and suffering. They still are aligned to the state of victimhood, and they haven't aligned yet to the state of empowerment through the victimization they experienced. But once transcendence occurs, and you recognize the divinity and the beauty and the experiences that you have been granted in allowing you to embody in all that you are here now as your highest self. You no longer operate from a state of lower frequency, but of a state of divine gratitude at the embodiment that is inner peace, that is your own inner sanctuary within your own temple, house, vessel of God, source, universe. So if you imagine the future has already occurred, we have already embodied all that we are, and we are simply coming back a second time in conscious awareness, allowing ourselves to experience 2025 embodiment within our own avatar vessels, but our consciousness of all time, space, time, not limited to one domain, dimension, domain, universe, omniverse, whatever the human needs to identify with, to categorize their experiences, but identify with the all that is, was, and ever shall be, allowing you to fully embody in all that you are here now, no longer from the limited 3D, 5D, 9D, 10D, 13D, D, double D perspective, but from the perspective of all time, space, time, consciousness centered within this here now that we refer to as January 2nd, 2025. When we are able to expand our consciousness from the limited perspective of our indoctrination and begin to see as the witness, the observer of all that we are, as the reflection of our realities around us, we transcend the limited programming, the watching of television and movies and putting everything outside of ourselves, and we go within and begin programming our outer domain to match the inner harmony and bliss we experience in our divine practices of embodiment here now, in our highest self, highest potential, highest service to source, God, universe, whatever it is that is the eternal self that we are as the unified oneness. When we speak on Christ consciousness, we speak of one path of embodiment. When we ascend from earth, we ascend into Christ consciousness. Beyond this, when we speak on God's self-consciousness, we speak on the Mother, the Father, and the Child, forming the Holy Trinity that is the Jesus Christ. The Mother, the Father, and the Child embodied within the one avatar, within the one time-space that is the here now, the all that is, was, and ever shall be. That is God's self-consciousness versus Christ consciousness, which is the first ascension off of the earth platform. The return is the Trinity. When the human embodiment, such as Jesus Christ, returns, it is the Mother, the Father, and the Child within one avatar form, the Trimurti, the Trinity, the Triune. It would be Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. And it's not that complicated when we transcend the limited programming of this domain and release everything 2024 and allow it as an experience as we transcend into 2025, the new age of Aquarius, you know, that is the embodiment of the Christ conscious avatars and the God self-conscious trinities walking as one within the earth platform, heaven on earth. I just came on for a little while today. I wasn't on yesterday, and I try to touch in every day, but sometimes it's nice to take a day off. Allow an integration period, a nice quiet space to embody within. Sometimes it's nice to not speak and to practice silence. Mindfulness as the observer. When we do this, we transcend the state of judgment and enter a state of childlike wonder. We people watch, we observe, we see, and we begin to witness things such as, you know, when you drink and you don't notice things, but when you quit drinking and you go out and everyone's drunk and suddenly you realize and you start seeing things very differently. And suddenly drinking is no longer as fun and you have more fun not drinking. And you're like, dude, what's going on? This is so weird, but you keep wanting to go back to drinking because it's part of the program. Everyone drinks. But like, what if you held your cup and you're just like this, water? Oh, it is gonna fill me with so much joy. This water, it is gonna make me. And together we walked until that divine inner child was no longer angry, but embodied in its highest power. Because you became the divine parent to your own inner child. You parented yourself back to unity, back to oneness. Whole, no longer broken, no longer shattered, no longer a victim. whole. And when we say whole, we say whole and then separate that and the E at the end. That would be when we have holes within ourselves. Wounded, shattered, broken, fearful, triggered, blaming everyone around ourselves, failing to go within and recognize everything is a reflection. A reflection of what is within you is your outer reality. How are you projecting as the projector of your reality outward? Look around your life. Are you in peace? Are you in harmony? Is your life magical? Are you balanced? Or are you in fear? Are you easily triggered? Are you angry? Do you keep trauma dumping on everyone around you? Needing to tell everyone you're something special constantly? I'm a seer, I'm a shaman, I'm an oracle, I'm a fairy, I'm a mermaid, I'm a god, I'm a goddess. No, you're a human and you're so magnificent. You embodied to be a human. It's remarkable. You're a walking miracle. You're there. Hi, Lindsay. Thank you for being in my life. When humans stop trying to be something outside themselves and acknowledge their own divinity within their own avatar, within their own house of God, within their own vessel of God, within their own divine temple, they recognize the beauty of their outer world matches the beauty within. And no longer are they deflecting. They are becoming accountable and transcending by witnessing, by recognizing, by being mindful, by practicing mindfulness. Breathe. It's an honor to be here now with you. Namaste. It's when we become empowered that we disconnect from those old versions of ourselves that lived in that state of victimhood, and we embody our highest power. And in that highest power, we are humble, we are genuine, we are authentic, we're not boastful. We are speaking a testimony of all that we are and all that we transcended to be present here now, within that consciousness, within that unity, within that oneness, within that all that is, was, and ever shall be. Here now in this time space, our consciousness centered, walking together, witnessing together, assisting one another in rising, not standing over and judging, but recognizing when people are speaking distortions, you can no longer be a part of those distortions and must distance yourself from these things. For if others are speaking on separation, they're creating further separation. So how could you embody your highest self that is one unified self if there's somebody out there chasing you? That is separation. And when we transcend that state of duality and that state of separation, we simply are here now, because all that is, was, and ever shall be, living our best lives, being genuine, happy, joyful. If we're sad, we're sad. We witness it for a moment. We don't hold on to it and anchor into it and perpetuate it and then spill it all over our lives and trauma dump it and continuously loop it over and over and over, distorting our reality to be nothing but pain. Yes, we have painful experiences, but when we transcend our pain and our suffering and embody our highest self, we walk in the illumination of all that we are, and these experiences are part of our testimony. They're part of the recognition of who we are, not to trauma dump on others and energy vampire others because we feel sorry for ourselves. That is a sign someone is still needing to do the work to go deeper, for they are still steeped in a state of separation, not unified as the Trinity in a state of oneness and harmony here now. Now in the end times, they speak of many false prophets and much chaos and disorder. But the ultimate teaching is the same. And if no one is recognizing that teaching, when you ask them, what are your teachings? Maybe you need to go within and question why you would go outside yourself looking for who you are here now. The ultimate teaching is inner peace. No matter what is happening, we observe an inner peace. No matter what is being said or done, there is no enemy against us. We are simply witnessing reflections of things within our own self. And if we are triggered, we are not lashing out. We are going within ourselves and healing. Hello, Ryan. Grand Risings. Oh, it's noon here now. When we empower in our highest self, our genuine self, our authentic self, our self-worth, our value, our inner knowing. So when we know thyself, what Would we go outside ourselves and ask people who we are? And if the teachings are that simple, recognize when people are telling you, give me money, give me this, I'll teach you this. And recognize when people are telling you, go within. Ask yourself those questions. What is my purpose here now? What am I incarnated in 2025 to do?